hello, everybody. Everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, girls, everybody out there. Some folks. Some folks. Some folks. Some folks. Some folks out there do not know how to get along or work with each other. So who here, if you see this in the future, or you see this later on, or whatever, whichever, who else or whoever has dealt with a person for your work at a job that you dealt with someone that you quite don't get along. I'm not talking about maybe your face, your body, your structure. I'm not talking about like maybe your race. We're not talking about, oh, just because you're this breed or whatever doesn't, I don't like you, I don't get along with you. I'm talking about your boundaries, your dominance, basically. And those who haven't been on my channel or know me in real life, I'm completely dominant. I can only tolerate so much out of one person. And if they're dominating me, it's okay. I'll leave it be. But if they keep doing it, it's not going to happen again. You put your foot forward first. And some folks, guys, we could not get along with. And that's very understandable. You can't mix, okay, so you can't mix a betta fish with another betta fish. Oh my goodness, things are falling apart. You cannot mix betta fish with another betta fish, because what will happen? They will start fighting each other to the knot. And to introduce betta fish, like with a female or whatever, you have an introduction. You can't just throw those things in the pool and be like, okay, y'all gotta get along and that's it. Now, I have seen betta fish attack each other, and within seconds, bam, it's gone. They're gone, like seconds. Because they're declaring their dominance. They're declaring that they don't like each other, they do not want to be with each other. And you can do this to some folks, but you can't do it to all folks. I have dealt with so many people throughout my entire work history that have treated me like crap because I was the underdog. And again, I'm the underdog that had gotten all the way up. I'm still an underdog. People barely care about my opinion sometimes, or my thoughts, or stuff like that. But I have been placed, this brings back bad memories, but I was placed about a month and a half ago, with that person almost identical to me, and standing this last season, the last season of Mofo Beyond World, it didn't end well. We both declared dominance, and we both had an opinion, where he didn't want to listen to me and I didn't want to listen to him, and he thought I was overruling and I thought he was overruling, and he wanted me to get out because it was his shop, his thing. And I'm like, fine, that's it, because we couldn't match. It was a nightmare. And I'm talking about a nightmare. I'm talking about a nightmare. So I couldn't get along with that person because so many variables. Just absolutely. And I understand, again, some folks cannot mix match. Some folks cannot be together. They don't mix well. It is not mixable. You can try, but sometimes it doesn't work. Today I had an encounter, and this was my first day at my new transfer location. And I'm playing it cool. I'm playing it soft, mellow. I don't talk. I'm just shy. Completely introverted. Because I am that person that sits and watches. Sit and watch. I'm new there. I play dumb. And I'm not afraid to say it sometimes. I say, I don't know how to do that. Or can you show me how to do that? Or I mean, I know how to do it, but there's other ways that people do things. It's like people that do math. People do math in a different way than you do math. And they're like, well, how many ways can you do math? Ha 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 ha. Well, there's a lot of ways you can do math. You can count with your fingers, count with your toes. You can count with actual money. You can count with counting sheep. I mean, there's so many variables here. So I encountered a guy today, and again, this goes towards no one in particular. I am not saying any names. I'm not saying anything like that, but we had a mixed emotion between us. Why? Because I was at another store. And I got transferred to another store. So I need to fill things out. After being in that new transfer store for 7 hours. Let me see, what time he come in? Let's see. Hello, NTP. Who is NTP? I don't know who NTP is. How did you hear about me? Who sent you? After being in the store for so many hours, I had gained consciousness on what to do and how to do it, because nobody was telling me anything on how to do something or what to do. Even though I came from another store, I would like to have a rundown on how this store runs, because if no one tells me how this store runs, I'm gonna run it like the old store taught me how to run it. So I'm gonna run the store the way I was taught. Apparently, the guy that I was working with, he tried to get to know me. He was like, hey, you came from another store. He was being all peppy and stuff. I'm like, bro, chill out. I'm not gonna say everything at once. We gotta get to know each other. We're gonna get to know each other by pieces. And I when people talk about my history, I say one thing and then just walk away. I walk away. It's too soon. I'm not like that. I don't tell everybody everything all at once. So I went ahead and okay, back away. He said a couple of things he wanted to say to me, because of that he worked in the same facility I used to work in back in 2015, 16, something like that. We worked in the same industry a long time ago, but I don't think I ever met him. And so he was just trying to get to, he was that person. He was that type of person basically where, let's say you meet someone from high school and they say, oh yeah, I went to, let me name something here. Drift High School, let's just say that because Drift is on my mind. So, oh, you went to Drift High School too? Oh, did you know Mr. Salingers? And then they start saying all these names. Did you know this teacher? Did you know this? Oh, how about did you know this person? Oh, were you there where this person was there? That those type of people. And I'm all like, whenever he started saying, oh, you would work there? Did you know? I was like, bro, that's too many questions all at once. Yes, I knew these people. Yes, it was the past. Yes, we're trying to get to know each other, but that's not how you want to get to know each other. Just because we have the same, we were in the same industry a long time ago doesn't mean anything. So he basically, long term, short, because we're at 11 minutes here. I was counting money and I bounced around with registers. And he basically says, hey, I guess I forgot to tell you, but this is your register now. I said, my register? What you mean my register? And then he's like, so yeah, we assign registers. So that way when we do audits, I don't know if anybody's done audits before. There's audits in every single industry that you do. Audit is counting something that's missing or counting up and stuff. Those are audits. You're auditing stuff. It's like if I count all my Hot Wheels here and I audit, okay, that was 170, and then I come back home and there's something missing. You got to figure out where it's missing from. So he basically said, "This is my register." I said, "Wait a minute, we're gonna have problems because I bounce around register to register." And I told him, we're gonna have problems because I'm bouncing around register to register because if I feel comfortable here, if I want to go here, if I have a customer there, have a customer there, go there, I explained. And then I was like, all right, that's it. And then he was like, speechless. Like, he didn't know what to say. I was like, yeah, usually I do make people speechless because when I tell my opinions, I make people speechless. So then we come to a register where this guy's change to come out, and then he goes up to me, and the door was stuck for some reason. The door was stuck, and then he said, "Hey, hi, yeah, yeah. I don't mean to. I mean, you have to stay on one register. I mean, if me and you, the same people, are gonna work here, you gotta stay at a register because it's gonna help me out in the long term, and that way things can settle right." I said, that doesn't make any sense. I said, I came from a big mofo store that there was literally at least how many people, like I could say 15 people working at different types of registers, They're telling me that 3 people in this one store cannot figure out where the money is going to be slipping from out of 3 people. I'm a little confused. So me and him did a mix. All in all, we have folks out there that we don't mix well. That was one of the guys that I didn't mix well with. Has anybody else had this encounter where you don't mix well with someone? I have not mixed well with a lot of people. And I told them, I'm a team player at some points. Only at some points. I have boundaries that are set and as standard, and I'm going to keep it like that. That's how it's going to be. I'm a boundary person, and I keep it the way I feel like it's the best. And people don't like it, then they come to me, we negotiate. And I told him, I said, okay, we'll figure it out. He's like, if you're gonna work with me, I said, okay, we'll figure it out. What do you tell other people when they're all up in your biz and you got to figure something out? What do you tell them? Do you go to HR? Do you go to the manager? Do you go to your district manager? Like, which one do you go to first? And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.